Good. Well, it's a good night over here. It's not a good morning. It's about 10 p.m. Uh, I think it's a good time to do a presentation and talk about same topic as before, but in a different way. This is your host, Noor Ali, right tools for right job. Okay. So, as always, I am grateful to the divine spirit. I'm grateful to God. I'm grateful to the universe. I'm grateful to cosmos. And I'm grateful to all my audience, all my subscriber, all my viewers. This is a way to do a presentation. This is a unique way of telling a story and doing a show and tell. And learning, growing, educating, and moving forward in the journey of life. So, shall we move on? So, I hope you remember from my last episode, or my part 3, as I call it. I think it was in part 3, on building regular expression and regex exercise. Now, in here, this is a sample of a Jira ticket. Okay, this Jira ticket is from my last project, but it's an example. Okay, an example of how you do a task or an assignment or a story that is assigned to you. Now, Jira story on a Jira board, as they call it, is done in an agile format, and you can call it safe process. Now, here, like this one says, and this ticket number over here that you see, CIOIS 157, priority is medium, epic link, it says log, correlation, and analyze. And of course, you got the description over here. Then you got what I have to do, right? What I have to do basically is my task. This was my Jira ticket, or this is my previous contract or project role. You may say that I no longer do that. I have moved on, but it's fun to talk about it. Like, it's still happening today. Like I have mentioned in my previous content and video about regular expressions and regex. So this is the start of a regex exercise. Okay, I will not try to make this presentation video too large, because I can go on days and days talking about it. But this is just to let people know this is hands-on work, right? Nitty-gritty. So let's move forward. Now, this is another screenshot. Within the Jira story, like you see these documents, this is called build regular expression, document 1, document 2, document 3, document 4. Now, all these documents is basically examples of regex and regular expression. You create documents, you save the documents, and then you upload it into the Jira story for the architect that you're working with as a team. And he can review them. And if he finds them credible, he finds them satisfaction, then he may say that, okay, this particular Jira story is done. We can close this one and we can move forward onto the next one. Now, I'm fine. I no longer work on this project, so I'm okay to share it. No big deal. So basically it says Jira at blah, 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 blah. This is the board. And then you have these stories right here, okay? And then, of course, you have assignee. Assignee means who are they assigned to, okay? The assignee, whoever is assigned to, they work on it. If something is assigned to you, then you work on it. I'll give you an example. For example, all these documents that I have worked on in the past, which I uploaded into my Jira story that was assigned to me. So let's read this. This testing hotel collector, testing Signos with difference, deeper understanding. These are all different documents which I wrote as a POC, proof of concept of Signos. And when you're doing a proof of concept, you have to do a lot of research. You have to do a lot of documentation. You have to draw the architect, work with the architect, draw the network map, know all the servers, know all the hosts, where the logs are coming from. You have to communicate with the support team of Signos, ask them questions, do your findings, write the documents, and then you upload it as you see it right here, okay? I don't mind sharing this with you. As you can see, this is my name. This was the last project contract, no biggie wiggy. And this was a particular title, infrastructure specialist. Big whoopee. It's just a title, it's just a position. No biggie wiggy, okay? Let's move on. Now, this is another story, okay? This is another story on a Jira board. Once you have understood your POC, once you have understood the log correlation product like Signos, which is related similar to Splunk in a way, right? Then this one says send WebSphere start server log to Signos. Now you got to do this kind of work. It is all action, hands-on. So you have to have access to the particular server with PuTTY, I believe, with PuTTY. And you use a AIOX command, Linux-based command, to log into a server, go to the particular folder and files within the directory, and move, copy, xcopy or copy the server log into the local host, which is your laptop, which would be Mac in that case for that project. And then you test the file or the log file within Signos. So once you get done with this story, then you close it, basically. Let's move forward. Once you have understood the regex and regular expression, next phase you have to understand, or after you understand, you understood. Basically, you have to understand the logic of log correlation into parsing of the logs. Okay, remember, parsing of the logs. So you get a host name. This may work, may not work. The host may change. Project is gone. And once the project is gone, boom, it's decommed. So I wouldn't worry about those things. Anyway, idea here is to learn regular expressions and regex, parsing of the logs, and date timestamps, what the log is saying and what the log is reading, okay? And that's what alerting will come from. So what you have to learn, or what you have to do when you learn this, is hands-on, integration with Signos, testing the validation, alerts and correlation rules, and documentation. Once all these things are done, then this is known as definition done. So there's a lot of work needs to be done on each Jira stories. So when you work as a contractor, as a consultant, as a SME or a specialist, you'll be doing a lot of documentation, a lot of research, a lot of hands-on work, and you're going to be documenting everything step of the way. Here's another example of three documents that were done. I uploaded them, and then you make your comments within your Jira story. So remember earlier I shared an Excel format of a project uh, milestones, right? This is a different way of doing it. This is every week what you do every day, Monday to Friday, right? Every week you have to do a step-by-step action detail. Then you have to send it to your upper management, the above the architect. It could be a CIO, or it could be a CTO, or it could be a CISO. These are all stakeholders. These are all we call it decision makers. Okay, they kind of run the project at the upper core of the management, right? So you have to know communications. You have to know how to write the document, and you have to keep it to the point. So this is like a weekly statement of what I had done for that particular week. So basically you can see here Monday, then I broke it down to Tuesday, I broke it down to Wednesday, and I can broke it down to Friday, and I broken down to Thursday and Friday. Okay, so now each task over here, you may think that's a very less task, right? How come only like few? No, these tasks may take 4 hours, sometimes 2 hours, sometimes 3 hours, sometimes 8 hours, right? Because you are really getting deeper into research, deeper into documentation, and deeper into hands-on work. So that's how you have to break this down. Okay. Like I said before, okay, each Jira story has a lot of work that needs to be done. Okay. Documentation takes a long time. Okay. As you can see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. On this Jira story, I did 16 documentation. I am a documentation kind of guy. I do all my research. I document everything. I make sure at all times that I have done my due diligence and I documented everything for the architect. So on the architect level, there is no questions asked on my side that I haven't done my due diligence and I have delivered everything on time accordingly. Okay, that's how they pay you. All right, that's how they pay you. That you are doing your weekly stand-up meeting, you're doing your bi-weekly meeting, and you're doing your monthly meeting, and you're delivering everything on time. There you go. Another shot. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. I kid you not. I have done so much documentation on my last project. Even the architect was like, my God, you have provided us so much research material. And actually thanked me for that. As you can see, each document is titled and dated. So anybody who wants to archive this for their future use, they can use that anytime. Here's another shot. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 documents. We go back here and then you go again. Jira story, medium, log correction, analyze, and what the story is about. Okay. We already looked at that. Well, as I said, I no longer work there, so I wouldn't worry about none of that stuff. But I just want to show you this is legit. This is a CIO, okay? And so when you work with the support person, right? When you work with the support person, this guy is a support person, is an engineer at Signos, right? So what you have to do is do a KT, known as knowledge transfer. So when you ask questions to the Signos people, they are transferring knowledge to you, right? So there you go. Attended KT sessions, like I said over here, right? And then whatever information they tell you, you document it, okay? You document it, and then you have to have a proof that I talked to Signos regarding this issue right here, okay? Always remember that whenever you work with a support person from an OEM vendor side, you have to document. Once again, proof of my documentation. You can see it over here. Once again, documentation proof. Like I said, you will see me doing lots of documentation. I'm just gung-ho on documentation. Here's another proof of every document that is titled and dated. Now, each ticket may look the same, but the content and description and the scope may be different. So here's a good example, right? So this is a ticket number, and this is what task that I had to do. This is another ticket number. It says build regular expression. And then there's another ticket number, says basic of Docker. There's another ticket number called log correlation. And then there's another ticket number called deploy systems. Well, Jira board usually has a name. So this is a name. Okay, this is known as Kibana board. You can have a backlog. You can have a Kibana board, release, report, issues. All Jira stories are under issues, and it's called an issue folder. You can call it a folder. And then you got components. So anything that you work, it'll be in a issue folder within Jira board, which comes in dashboards right here. Now here you see a breakdown, which I broke everything down. As I broke everything down, so here are the steps. Let's say learning, understanding Signos. Oh, what was I talking about? Sorry, pardon me. I had to sneeze. Allergy attacks. My bad. Learning and understanding Signos. Basic of creating, working with alert in Signos. Basic of triggered alerts in Signos. Getting deeper with Signos alerts. Getting even deeper into Signos, working with alerts part 2. Getting deeper into creating Signos alert part 3. Getting deeper into alerts with Signos part 4. So this is how I broke all the documents down. All right. So it's called getting deeper, taking a deep dive, basically. When you work with log correlation, when you work with servers and hosts and logs, and you work with the network architects and architect, and you work with DevOps people, you work with other engineers within vertical, horizontal, in the security domain, you got to do this step by step. So here's an example of Signos. If your regex and if your regular expression is written correctly, you'll get a timestamp and you'll get a body. Timestamp will tell you when the log was generated and hit or triggered, best way to say it, in the server, and what does the log talk about, that is known as the body. And I think I have mentioned this to you previously. These are the triggering. It says, okay, this is alert name, this is server ID, what kind of log it was, and this is the label. Let me get yeah, there you go. Error, warning, critical information. Those are the logs you're going to get. So, okay. This is a test, and I was testing it back then. And then you get the labels. I already mentioned this to you before. This is disable, edit, clone, and edit. So your alerts, either you can disable it, either you can edit it, clone it, or delete it. Those are the things that And usually it is done by people, we call them security operation analyst, level 1 and level 2, or engineers, basically. Okay, let's take a look at the log again, timestamp and the body. There you have a log right here. You got the log description, and the action just has one, to delete. That's actually, I think it's a dashboard. So here's an example of the dashboard like I showed you previously. We'll go take another look. This is no, not firing. This was okay. There's a no data, no dashboard. This is the internal logical network map. This is the usage. This is all Signos. You know, I'm showing you all Signos right there. It's a brand called Signos. Okay, and this is a usage meter. It gives you graph how the Signos being used, how much data is going through. These are the graphs, and then there is column over here, how you can create a graph of vectors from endpoints, and you can do a lot of neat work in there and do your presentation. This is like, you know, when you're doing networking troubleshooting and when you're doing ping and tracert, when, you know, and then you do traceroute using the DOS-based or CLI command, and it gives you hops starting from your point A to the destination, to the source to the destination, we call it, right? And this is the same example over here, but this is done in a graph format, and then it's a breakdown, and then it tells you exactly where you start, where you go. So this is a neat option in Signos. So then here we are again, and these are each different tabs in Signos. This one is the click to go to support. This is where the version is, and then you got dashboard, you got settings, you got usage, you got alerts, and other choices that you can do in there. There you go, another example of how the log's gonna look like. This is a graph of time period. Well, I don't mind showing you this at all because I don't work there anymore. So here's the highlight. What is Signos? How you install, setup locally on-prem, basic log example, regex log review parser, dashboard alerts, and next steps. Okay. Remember what I said? iSIM log correlation POC demo 2. Demo 2 means I'm doing a POC, proof of concept. So this is known as an architecture right here. Simple architecture right here, right? And you have to know how to create an network map using application or something that is approved application or software. Right? This is a simple block diagram where the data is coming from, where it's going to, what's going to look like. This is a better view of a network map right here. Okay, much better view. It's known as a log correlation overview. So in Signos, they use YAML and they use OTL collector config. So you have to understand and work with OTL collector config file. Now this hot rod example, this is a config file within Signos, right? So you have to know scripting and coding. You have to know how to remove and delete certain section of the YAML script within Signos to run it in your environment. Here's a way of testing a simple log and then regular expression again. So this gives you a definition of a regular expression. Now you can do a breakdown. This is a breakdown, and you have to know the tilde log, and you have to understand what a log writer is. Okay, So very important to understand and know these things. So this was done on a cloud-based using GitHub repository of Signos, and all this work was done in Docker in container. Okay, so you have to know how to restart the Docker, how to work with the containers, what each containers are. So a lot of similarity of a DevOps work involved in there. So as you can see, my full name over here, that's fine. I no longer work there. But my responsibilities were to design a system, prototype a system, implement a system, test a system, deploy the system, and then work with this is somebody else. And then log correlation, POC, Signos, and then this is somebody else. So this is a big task, and it took some time to get it done. So this concept is known as the Gantt, G-A-N-T-T chart, log correlation. That was my part of the deal. And the chart keeps track of sprint. In the Agile Scrum format, when you work with Jira, Agile, and Scrum, and SAFe, sprints are used. So sprint 1, sprint 2, sprint 3, and how close are we to close all the sprint to complete the project. Share, learn, teach, and grow. Educate yourself so you can educate others. Let's repeat that one more time. Share, learn, teach, and grow. Educate yourself, educate others. Share, learn, teach, and grow. Educate yourself so you educate others. So what skills am I using today, right now? I want this to be resonate throughout the world, okay? Communication, number 1, okay? Critical thinking, hands-on work, documentation, show and tell, storytelling, okay? Hands-on work, storytelling, and creative thought process. Dedicated commitment and action. Okay? So in order to deliver any project in time, you have to be dedicated, you have to be compassionate, you have to have passion for it, okay? And you have to love it, right? You have to like it and love it. If you don't like it, if you don't love it, you won't be able to deliver it on time. Always remember that, okay? Once again, I'm grateful to the Divine Spirit. I'm grateful to God. I'm grateful to all the subscribers, all the viewers, all the audience who is either watching or listening to my voice. And I hope they learned something. And I hope what they learn will help them to earn money, to get better in their life. Okay? That's the aim and that's the goal. If you like, you subscribe. If you like, you subscribe. If you like, you subscribe. God bless you all. And thank you for those beautiful comments. I haven't replied to them, but that's why I'm thanking you all. Thank you.